And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We got a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to twitch.tv/Takes by Fans. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. So however you want to watch it, listen, we've got you covered multiple ways. Alrighty, today is a big old Thursday. We are on day 25 of our 73-day NFL draft countdown, where we are looking at a prospect a day to get us ready for the NFL draft, which we will be doing a live show on. Not sure what's going to be the start time, but we are going to go live the day of the draft, the night of the draft. I'm assuming probably a half hour before. That's when we'll go live, and we'll go throughout the entire first round and possibly the second and third rounds the next day. Depending on how well the first day goes. But we are doing a live draft show, so if you want to come out for that, it's going to be on twitch.tv/Takes by Fans, where we host the show every day live from. So stay here to the podcast. Follow me on Twitter at Takes by Fans to keep up with all those details. And then the NBA was back last night. Finally, yes! Couple of days off. I think, 5 days with no NBA basketball. And, only 2 games on last night, but they're easing us in because we got an 11-game slate on tonight, folks. And there's going to be money to be made. There's going to be value to sift through. And that's why we're here, folks. So cannot wait. Huge day of NBA games tonight. Cannot wait. So that's what we got on the show. So let's start it here with the stories of the day. And we're going to start here just quickly. Clemson's pro day is today, and it is kind of happening right now. And we just had a 440 unofficial 40 for Clemson's running backs, Travis Etienne. And we have not looked at him yet, but I can guarantee you we will be looking at him tomorrow, since this man just ran a 4.40 at the running back position. Watch this man go. Yes, sir. 4.40. Absolutely fantastic. So we're going to be taking a look at him tomorrow. We already had, this came out like 10 minutes before we went live, so we couldn't really switch up the show that quickly. But we will be looking at him tomorrow. Look out for this man. Huge, quick running back from Clemson. Yes, sir. That's how you get freaking drafted. That's how you rise your own draft stock. Love it. Get that nice 40. That's clean, baby. Alrighty, and then the big news that broke today, the Chiefs, they are throwing out their entire offensive line. They got rid of their freaking starting offensive tackles, Eric Fisher and Mitchell Schwartz. Both of their starting tackles here on their line are outie to save $18 million in cap space, and they're still $3 million over the cap. So, this is just kind of, it's scraping the bottom of the barrel to the Chiefs. Like, who can we get rid of? And we still can't even get under the cap, so expect more kind of surprises here with the Chiefs to get under that cap before the draft. So, wasn't this the problem with the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, that the Bucs were just pressuring Patrick Mahomes, that they could not keep this man safe, and he was hurried on all the throws? We were looking at some of the top plays of the entire NFL season, and number 100, if you remember, was Patrick Mahomes literally getting chased out of the pocket in the Super Bowl and having to throw the ball literally horizontally because the line couldn't protect him. So, this is obviously not a great move. One that has to be made because they need to get under this cap. Looks to seem like the Chiefs are going to try to rebuild their line through the NFL draft. Good luck with that. But Patrick Mahomes next year is going to be probably even worse than he is this year. And, he was still good this year, but not having this line, removing 2 of your starting tackles, it's going to be tough to try to find some replacements for some of these players, but Chiefs just trying to get under that salary cap, that huge debt. What did it go down by almost $10 million, I think, from last season to this season, the salary cap. So they're trying to do whatever they can. Don't want to try to get rid of their core offensive pieces or defensive pieces. So they're going to try and rebuild the line through the draft, get rid of some of this cap beef. They saved $18 million by just getting rid of 2 tackles. Holy moly. So we'll see what else they do, because they are still over the cap. But man, oh man, that's tough. Alrighty, and then we get this. The Saints are releasing cornerback Jennaro Jenkins. So there is really kind of a lot of talent offensively and defensively. I know we kind of went over it yesterday, but as cornerback Jennaro Jenkins to this list, and this man can still play, folks. This man is a solid corner, multiple interceptions. He just had 3 interceptions this season with a touchdown pick 6. Yes, sir. I mean, this man has had multiple touchdowns in seasons. I mean, we get 3 touchdowns in 2012, 2 touchdowns in 2014, 2 touchdowns in 2017, just 1 touchdown this season. So he can make plays on the ball, and he can go the distance and kind of flip the game. Hey, we were down 7 and we were on defense. Well, we just got a pick 6. Now we're tied up. Let's get it, So definitely a solid corner still out here. And when we look at these pass defenses, I mean, he's currently 6th among active corners. So the only corners that are kind of better than him in pass defense are Brandon Carr, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, Joe Hayden, Traymon Williams, Jonathan Joseph, and he's better than Richard Sherman, Stephon Gilmore. Everybody loves Stephon Gilmore. Everybody says that he's the best corner, every single season, but Jennaro Jenkins has more pass defenses than he does. So yes, they're challenging you a little bit more, but you're still breaking them up. So solid corner out here on the free market. Let's see who goes out and picks him up. But this is a tough season for everybody to try and get under that salary cap since it fell so much this season. And now this is going to be kind of a true test of a champion this season, with less money to have, less talented players. Who's the coaches that are going to take some of these bottom of the roster players and elevate them to great starting positions or just decent contributions? So this is going to be interesting, folks, and expect a lot of other big names here. I mean, this is just kind of like the second, day that the NFL offseason has really gone into swing. We saw a lot of kind of franchise tags yesterday. Now we're seeing a lot of cuts here. We just got, as we just said, 2 offensive linemen for the Chiefs, and now, defense for the Saints. So it's going to get crazy out here, folks. So buckle up and be prepared. Here we go. Let's keep on going on here. What else do we got up next here? Ron Rivera says Washington, quote, not desperate this offseason, and quote, if the quote unquote franchise guy isn't out there, we're going to go with the guys that we believe give us a chance to win. And yes, sir. I mean, Ron Rivera didn't have that kind of franchise guy last season, and he still won the division, challenged the Bucs. I mean, almost beat the Bucs in the playoffs, folks. Do you understand how crazy that would have been if Washington upset the Bucs, who went on to win the Super Bowl? If Tom Brady got eliminated first round in the wild card, I mean, heads would have exploded this season, folks. I mean, this entire offseason narrative would be so much different if Tom Brady didn't win the Super Bowl this season. So Ron Rivera, he's not worried. He's like, all right, talent, no talent, it doesn't matter. Do you not know who I am? I'm Ron Rivera. I was coaching with cancer. I coached a winning division team while battling cancer, while not having a franchise quarterback, while not having a franchise running back, while using a rookie wide receiver as my number 1 option, while the entire organization was going through sexual harassment and sexual misconduct allegations throughout the entire offseason last season, and I come in one season, no worries. This is what I do. Do y'all not know what I do here? Are y'all disrespecting Ron Rivera? Because that's a mistake right there. So Ron Rivera says, yeah, give us the best guys, give us no guys, we don't care. We're going to still win games, and whoever wants to compete here, they'll compete, because I know how to motivate guys and get the best out of guys. So hey, I'm with Ron Rivera here. He's not going to chase the best guys. And honestly, Washington might be the best team next year, because they don't need the salary cap. They weren't used to having all these great talented paid players that have to kind of start cutting some of those guys. They've been working with Taylor Heineke and Dwayne Haskins and Alex Smith at the quarterback position. Folks, come on, give this man his due, give this man his respect. Ron Rivera's not chasing big names out here in free agency. Hey, if we get the guy, we get the guy. If we don't get the guy, we honestly do not care. We'll find another guy. We've got no problem. This is what we do here. This is what I do, Ron Rivera. So hey, watch out for Washington next year, folks. They don't need players. They can take all the garbage. They can take everybody else's scraps, and they can have a decent season with it. So I got my trust in Ron Rivera. Whatever he does, I stick behind it. I will stand behind it. So we'll see what he's going to do here coming up to the draft and, free agency with all these pieces around him. We'll see who he goes after and who he pays and who he doesn't pay. But yeah, the man is not worried here, folks. Do not. If you're a Washington fan, don't be worried. Ron Rivera's got to figure it out. You got to trust his plan. Alrighty, we get another glimpse if Teddy Bridgewater is going to be the Carolina Panthers quarterback or not. I say yes, but we get a little quote. We get a couple of quote here's from Matt Rule, and it's not too reassuring. So this initial quote here that made me read this article, Matt Rule on Panthers quarterback Teddy Bridgewater, quote, as far as where he stands with us, he's our quarterback. So I didn't think that was a great answer by him. It didn't really kind of make me believe that Teddy Bridgewater was actually the quarterback. So I wanted to go into the actual article to see if I can find some more kind of warming quotes that Teddy Bridgewater is going to be the quarterback here, but I didn't really get it in the article. So more quotes from Matt Rule. Quote, this is a time of year where there's a lot of rumors and speculation. Yeah, trust us. We got bamboozled by Ryan Fitzpatrick retiring. We got bamboozled that JJ Watt was going to go to the Bills because he was sending coded messages through Twitter all the time. So yes, we know there's a lot of rumors and speculation here in the offseason. Continuing on with the quote. Not all of it is true, obviously. Teddy's a tremendous professional and Teddy's a tremendous person. All right, now he's just speaking on the player's character. That's never a great sign. Oh, yeah, he's a great guy. He's so good at this and this, but not actually talking about, the future of him in your organization or what he brings to your team or anything like that. So a little bit of an iffy quote here. Teddy's a tremendous professional and Teddy's a tremendous person. Ooh, not feeling so secure on those quotes. But let's continue on here. I can't speak for him. I think he's controlling what he can control. He's having a great offseason, I'm sure. He doesn't even know. He hasn't even been checking in with this quarterback. Hey, you training, you practicing, you getting it right? All righty. You're going to be good for training camp in a couple of weeks? You're going to be good? All righty. Hang up the phone. So he hasn't had that contact yet. Not the greatest. So where do we leave off? I can't wait to get him back here. That's all right. And I think he's determined to play his best football next year. All right. Once again, not next year here with us, just next year. Oh, okay. All right. What else do we get? More quotes. As far as where he stands, he's our quarterback. That was the one that kind of made the tweet. Nothing's changed since the end of the season. We're going to continue to try to improve the roster at every position through free agency, through the draft, and also through development. So once again, not kind of, yes, he's our guy, 100%. He's like, as where he stands with us right now, he's our quarterback. But we're trying to improve the roster at every position. So once again, kind of, going back and forth. Yes, we love him, but we're improving in every position. Yes, he's had a tremendous offseason, I'm sure, I haven't really checked in. He's our guy as of right now, as of where it stands, March 11th at 12:13 p.m. He is our quarterback. He is on our roster. We are still paying him. So yes, right now he is our quarterback. So just really nothing reassuring here. That Teddy Bridgewater is going to be the quarterback. I think he's going to. I don't really see why the Panthers and Matt Rule would move off of Teddy Bridgewater. I think he had a great season this season for all of the outside circumstances that has happened. But there's nothing really reassuring here. And, with all the rumors that the Panthers were going to go out and get Deshaun Watson and kind of the little disappointing kind of quotes at the end of season by Matt Rule on Teddy Bridgewater saying that, he's got a lot to step up and he needs to improve a lot. And he was just kind of really harsh on Teddy Bridgewater at the end of the season. So, as of right now, I'm kind of maybe 50. I am 100% certain that Teddy Bridgewater is going to be the quarterback in Carolina. But, still Matt Rule, he doesn't really give definitive answers here, and it's kind of a little frustrating. So can't really figure out what Matt Rule is saying here. But as of right now, like Matt Rule says, as of right now, Teddy Bridgewater is the quarterback, and I believe he will be come time next season. But, Deshaun Watson is still out there, so until he's signed, I can't be 100% certain that they're going to keep Teddy Bridgewater. Now, once Deshaun Watson, stays in Houston or goes to somewhere else, then yes, we can 1,000% solidify that Teddy Bridgewater will be the guy because they're not going to draft a quarterback. There's no really great quarterback this draft that can rival Teddy Bridgewater, in my opinion, besides Trevor Lawrence, and he's solid number one to Jacksonville. So don't give me that oh man, what's the Ohio State quarterback's name? I'm blanking. Justin Fields. Don't give me that Justin Fields is better than Teddy Bridgewater. I will not accept that. The man is turnover prone and does not step up in the biggest game. So no, thank you. Alrighty, moving on here. A little bit of hint here by Juju Smith-Schuster. He was on Twitch last night playing Fortnite. And a couple of things to break down here, so let's just do this one. The title of the stream was March 17th, Free Man. So looks like he's not going to re-sign with the Steelers. They're not going to franchise tag him, anything like that. And so potentially Juju Smith-Schuster is going to be signing somewhere else besides the Steelers. Now, he also was a Dolphins player in Fortnite. They have the NFL costume, so you can put on whatever number and whatever team you want. And he was playing with the Dolphins character. So is he going to Miami? I really kind of hope not. And it's no disrespect to Juju Smith-Schuster. I just really do not like the pre-game celebrations, dancing on the logos. And I know he kind of quit it, a little bit more than halfway during or into the NFL season last season. I know he cut it out, but still, is he going to do it again? And I understand why he's doing it. He is big on TikTok. He has a brand on TikTok, so he's living up to that brand. So I get it. It's a business move, and I understand it. I do not like it, and I do not want that on my team, but I understand it, and I'm not going to knock him too much for it. But yeah, I definitely really, I don't want you. I'll be honest. I do not want Juju Smith-Schuster on my team. I really don't think he brings that much. I think he might be a little bit of a headache, just kind of in the locker room department. So he did use the Dolphins player in Fortnite, but he ended up losing this game, and he said that Juju just lost a game of Fortnite wearing a Dolphins jersey and said, quote, "It's because I was wearing a Dolphins jersey." So he might have just put it on, just because. I mean, why not? So probably not going to the Dolphins. So I would say the biggest takeaway from this Twitch stream yesterday was just that March 17th, free man. Don't think he's going to be a Steeler next season. Also, don't think he's going to be a Dolphin either. He also played a game where he was wearing the Green Bay Packers uniform, so we'll see what happens here. But seems like Juju Smith-Schuster is not going to be a Steeler next season. Alrighty, keep on moving on here, and John Brown officially released. We saw this coming, but he was officially released, and I only want to kind of talk about the story is because, hey, Deshaun Watson, yes, you keep on doing whatever you think is necessary. Players, you have the leverage. Do what you think. Do what you actually believe in 1,000%. If you think it's best for you to hold out for that big contract, a.k.a. Dak, yes, sir, go and do that. Absolutely. It paid out for Dak. He won there. So, yes, take your future into your own hands. So, Deshaun Watson, if you feel like, hey, they're going to keep me, but I'm not going to play, do that. Absolutely. Because we get John Brown. He got interviewed after he got released. And I want to read his kind of starting part of his answer here of the question. The question doesn't really matter. I guess we could say the question. No, we're not going to say it. I guess we'll just say it very quickly. It's got really nothing to do. Quote, talk to us about how it came to be that 2 years into a 3-year deal, and now you're on the free agent market. And I know the salary cap stuff all plays into this. Where are the talks between you and your agent in terms of what transpired with the Bills? So what are the talks between you, your agent, and the Bills? And then John Brown responds by saying, honestly, we didn't know nothing. We weren't given a heads up. There was no communication by that Bill sides to John Brown. They just went out and released them. So yes, players, do the same thing. You don't need to go out and be, the bigger person in business, because the people with the most money, the corporations, your bosses, they're not going to go out and be, quote, the bigger person here. They're going to cut you. They're not going to let you know. They're going to do what's ever best for their bottom line. And without it, we see this time and time again, and we're still getting kind of wildness of what people actually kind of believe in these scenarios. But John Brown Didn't know anything. So yes, Deshaun Watson, keep it up. Keep up your strike, saying that you want to leave and you want to get out. Take control of your own hands, because we know, we see time and time again, these owners, these general managers, these corporations of NFL teams, honestly, they only care about money, and I don't blame them. I would only care about money too, especially when I'm making millions and billions potentially. Yeah. So do what's best for you. Every single circumstance, every single instance. And this plays down to, just your regular job. I'm talking to you, your regular job. Do what's best for you. Take that risk, take that leap, hold out if you think you deserve money, because, they'll cut you, they'll fire you just like that to save some money. They do not care. So here it is. It's right here, folks. John Brown just got cut. No heads up, no notice, no discussion, no talk, just instantly gone. You're out of here. We need to get under this cap. We think, getting rid of you. All right, we can save $5 million of cutting you, but we can save $3 million if we cut this other guy. We're going to save the extra $2 million, and we're going to cut a good wide receiver here. So John Brown's now on the market, folks. Go pick this man up. Pretty good. Alrighty, let's move on. Or actually, we could talk about John Brown for a couple more seconds here. He has shown the ability to be that 1,000-yard wide receiver you want, so absolutely fantastic. I would say the probably biggest red flag about him is kind of his catch percentage. We're talking about a 3-year stretch of 34% catch percentage. Or 53% catch percentage, 38% catch percentage, 43% catch percentage, so nothing great. The last 2 seasons, 62 and 63% catch percentage, so that's decent. And I want to say probably the biggest green flag about this man is his yards per catch is just absolutely fantastic. Yards per reception, the last 3 seasons, it's 13 yards a catch, 14 yards a catch, 17 yards a catch. DeAndre Hopkins is like 10, 11, 12. That was like his last 3 years, 10 yards a catch, 11 yards per catch, 12 yards per catch. This man's at 17, 14, and 13. Absolutely fantastic. So going deep. If you get more than 10 yards a catch, that's where you should be. 3 yards a run or 10 yards a pass, and this man's at 13, 14, and 17 the last 3 seasons. So this man can definitely work out for your team. Absolutely. As the number 1 wide receiver, he's shown the ability to be that 1,000-yard wide receiver. If he wants to be the 2, absolutely. This is fantastic to have as a second option. So yes, John Brown can definitely improve any team that he goes on, truly. Alrighty, and then the last thing to do, we got another top 10 here, and this time it comes from the 49ers. Probably, honestly, the most forgettable offensive and defensive performances of the entire NFL this season, honestly. I can't recall one good game or one big play that they had. They were working with 3 quarterbacks the entire season. George Kittle was out for a large chunk of the season, and, they were, fluctuating between, Nick Mullen and who else did we have here on this team? Nick Mullins, and who was the other guy? CJ Beathard. We had those 2 quarterbacks going at it. Not the greatest. So let's see. Can this little highlight package of the top 10 plays of the 49ers jog our memory? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what they got. What was the 49ers looking like last season? Because I truly do not know. Here we go. 49ers picking off Kyler Murray in the end zone. And it's a decent pick. It's a kind of a worse throw than a better pick. This is why you have to throw it high and outside on one-on-one coverage in the end zone. This is why I love when quarterbacks can consistently throw that 50-50 ball one-on-one with a good receiver, throw it high and away. Kyler Murray can't do it here, and it's just an easy pick in the end zone. All right, that was play number 10. Play number 9, it looks like, who is that? Nick Mullins or CJ Beathard? Who is number 4? Number 4 is Nick Mullins. All right, he was kind of the worst of the 3. I think I like CJ Beathard a little bit more. All right, so Nick Mullins here. Their number 9 play was a 7-yard gain on a 3rd and 8 because of this garbage pass by Nick Mullins and a great catch by who is that? I don't even know. I know Brandon Ayuk, and I know I think that may be it. Another pick here, defensive pick and score. Great pick 6 here by a lineman. Looks like an edge rusher. Just drops back into coverage, and he goes off and picks off Jared Goff for a pick 6 there. So far, all these have been a bad offensive play and good defensive plays. All right, we're back to offense here. CJ Beathard's working at the quarterback. He's going to go deep. Okay, CJ. And it's a Hail Mary, and it gets brought down at the end of the game. And unfortunately, this doesn't change the outcome. Literally last play of the game, but they're already down 27-41 against Dallas. So a worthless kind of play here for the 49ers. It's good. It gets there. It's a touchdown, but it's a doesn't really matter touchdown. I do want to kind of count the yards on this one because I think he might be pushing 60 yards here, honestly. He's going to throw this one from about the 40-yard line, and it gets all the way down to the end zone. So that's 60 yards clean. So we know C.J. Beathard, hey, if he can wind up, he can throw it 60 yards. So that's some pretty good arm talent there. So, yeah, C.J. Beathard gets it done. Hail Mary gets it done. Alrighty, back to defense here. Cam Newton throws an interception. Not surprising. He did not have that great of a season. So some of these top plays here, just bad throws by quarterbacks, offensive side and defensive side of the ball. Alrighty, week 5 against the Jets. Here we go. Raheem Mostert. He's going to take it the distance against the Jets. No, he only picks up 50. Can't take off for the other 50. So no real big highlight plays here so far. We're at play number 4 now. Alrighty, looks like that was Jimmy Garoppolo hitting Mostert over the middle, and he goes the distance. Alrighty, he can capitalize here. The other play was not Mostert, so whoever that was, very well done to him. Alright, play number 3. Mostert again. This time it is back to Mostert, and he hits the corner, and he outruns everybody on this Jets team. Yes, sir. So 3 plays against the Jets here in their top 10. Not the greatest. Truly not the greatest. This is why their performance all seasons were super non-memorable, unforgettable, if you will. Mostert taking it the distance against the Jets. Alrighty, what's going to be number 2? We get C.J. Beathard against the Seahawks, and once again, a bad throw, but a great catch. I mean, if these are not defensive highlights, they're offensive highlights of bad throws and good catches. George Kittle, one-handed catch because this is a wild ball, not accurate, and he has to go up and get it. So great catch, fantastic catch by George Kittle. We know this man, though. I mean, he's their best piece, offensively or defensively. It's George Kittle. All right, then the number 1 play is just a wide receiver screen, and he's going to take it the distance, number 11. Oh, and then he goes a little flashy on him to hurdle the Eagles defender coming in wildly, and that's Brandon Ayuk for the touchdown. Absolutely fantastic right here. Woo! Gets up, hurdles the defender, lands on both feet, and takes it to 3 extra yards for the touchdown. That's absolutely magnificent. Truly their best play of the season. Absolutely. Because what we saw was not great there. So that was the 49ers of 2020, folks. Nothing great. Bad quarterback play, easy interceptions. Those are all their top 10 plays. Alrighty. Alrighty, let's move over to some NBA stories now. We touched on this briefly at the end of the show yesterday, but Nike unveils the new earned edition jerseys to celebrate the 16 teams that made the playoffs last year. So let's take a look at what we're working with here. Alrighty, Lakers got a gray and purple and yellow. So, I mean, it's all right. A lot of these themes here are gray or kind of white tones, with kind of just your colors to stand out, or just all black and white, as we see here with the Clippers and the Blazers. Lakers is all right, folks. Just gray. I do kind of like the purple waistband and the kind of the highlights of the yellow and purple. It's not bad. Not great. Not bad either. Clippers, all white and gray. Not really liking it at all, honestly. Jazz with the green. I don't like the green. What is everybody up with these alternative greens? I mean, the Mavericks have ran some green jerseys a couple of times this season, and it throws me off every time I see it, and I really don't like it that much. So don't like the green on this Jazz jersey either. And then the Blazers, just once again, black and white. I would say it's a little bit better than the Clippers. I do kind of like the black instead of the white numbers and letters. But once again, just kind of, I get it's kind of just clean and cut, and I do respect that about it, but I don't really like them that much. All right, next 4 up, the Nets. Once again, just kind of gray and white. It's looking all right. Philadelphia, a little bit of a cream color with the Liberty Bell. I mean, it's not bad. The cream is a little bit of a switch up. Bucks, I think they have this jersey before. I feel like I've seen this jersey before, but I do like them very much. The just kind of base green uniform, but then on the sides it's like the cream color, but it's like a Bucks horn coming up the side. So I think the Bucks so far is probably the best one we've seen so far. So we'll rank the Bucks the winner so far. Let's close out the other ones, though. Celtics going green on green, and it's not bad. I do kind of like the lime green on kind of like just the forest green, but I think the Bucks green is a little bit better with the cream of the antlers, so I still have the Bucks at number 1 here. Alrighty, next group of 4 up. I mean, right off the rip, the Mavericks and the Thunder are literally the same jerseys. It's just somebody used a different other blue. This Mavericks blue and the Thunder blue. The Thunder blue is better, so I do like the Thunder's uniform a little bit better than the Mavericks. But overall, I mean, they're almost identical. This Nuggets one, yes, sir, all white, but then they got their logo on the middle with the blue and the red, and ooh, yes, I think this is the best one. I think this one beats out the Bucks uniform. So I think we got a new number 1 here with the Denver Nuggets uniform. I really, really love that. Holy moly, that's great. Clean cut, fresh, absolutely love it. And then we get this Rockets, and this one's pretty good. Just kind of regular black and red, kind of like their, normal colors. But I think it plays very well. The red pops, the black is very dark. The red is, not, too bright, not too dark. It's really just like, honestly, the perfect shade of red, if you will. And it really kind of works. I would probably say this is maybe third best or second best over the Bucks, but I still have the Nuggets at number 1. And then the last 4 up, the Heat in the yellow. I do not like that at all. At all. This Heat yellow jersey, I've seen this floating around a couple of times, and this does not look good at all. I hate it. I will say I hate this jersey. All right, then we get this Raptors, and it's purple and black, and it's not bad. I don't like it that much. I don't think the purple works that greatly for this jersey. Pacers, I mean, this is like their usual uniform as well. I don't like this at all. And then the Magic, it's pretty good. It's kind of clean. All white front with the blue sides, and then that big old logo over the middle, over the chest with the numbers. So if we have to mark them, if we have to rank our kind of top 4 here, I think we go Denver Nuggets 1, Bucks 2, Rockets 3, Magic 4 of the top 4. And if we got to give the top 5, let's shout out one of these other ones. Probably the Thunder. Maybe the... yeah, probably the Thunder. I kind of like their blues a little bit more. So we'll go Thunder at 5. So those are the earned edition jerseys of the NBA. All right, moving on. All right, well, this kind of plays into our moneymaker a little bit. We had a 2-team moneymaker. We chose both games. We chose Grizzlies -3. They went outright by almost 10, I believe. And then we had the Spurs +4, and we thought it was good value up until an hour before the game tips off, where it comes to our knowledge that the Spurs are shopping Lamarcus Aldridge. You had 5 days to tell us this story, to get us ready, but you want to wait an hour before tip-off to be like, hey, we're going to get rid of one of our players, and he's not going to play because we're getting rid of him. And when we were looking at those ESPN numbers and kind of where all these players rank on every team, Lamarcus Aldridge was the 4th best Spur. Come on. So officially we hit 1 of 2 last night, but unofficially we hit 1 of 1, because we wouldn't have taken the Spurs +4 if we knew Lamarcus Aldridge was not going to play, because they are shopping him. So Lamarcus Aldridge and the Spurs have, quote, mutually agreed to part ways. San Antonio is actively working to trade him. They're engaged on, quote, several fronts for Lamarcus Aldridge. So kind of ruined our moneymaker a little bit last night, unfortunately. They had 5 days, and you wait an hour before tip-off to tell us. I cannot believe what they've done to us. They've forsaken us, I'll tell you that, because we were going to go 100% for the entire back half of the season. But we'll have to get back on track today, I guess, unfortunately. Alrighty, and then to finish up here, not the NBA, but the NCAA here, getting close to the tournament. And Duke, oh boy, we get COVID outbreak right before the tournament. Truly, truly unfortunate. So Duke won't play Florida State in the ACC tournament tonight due to a positive COVID-19 test. And it could also put their NCAA tournament hopes in jeopardy as well. If this spreads to everybody, if this is a false positive, if they just isolate him, can he be in time for the tournament? So a lot of questions here, and this could be 2 years that we don't see Duke in the tournament, because obviously last year there was no tournament, and this year if this COVID, they're not the ACC champions anymore, do they even get in? And can they even be healthy for it? So some question marks here surrounding the tournament and Duke in general. Not great. Alrighty, those were all the stories that we needed to take care of, so let's head over to the NBA. It feels so great to be able to say that again. Woof! Head over to the NBA. We'll quickly kind of overview the games a little bit, then we'll go a little bit deeper into the stats. Then we'll do our money maker for today's game. Folks, once again, it feels so great to say that a money maker. How can we make money betting on these games? Where's the great value? I've been going insane, folks. I haven't been able to find any value for the last 5 days. So now we got 11 games on tap tonight. There's going to be so much value to sift through, and we're going to be sifting through those values eagerly, greatly. Cannot wait. So here we go. Last night, 2 games on. Wizards, Grizzlies. We had Grizzlies -4. Easy money. We weren't ready to trust this Wizards team just quite yet. Wanted to see how they would come out after this break. Felt more confident in just kind of this full Grizzlies team all on. And finally, the Grizzlies are above 500, officially 17-16. They were like 14-14. Then they'd go 14-15. Then they'd go back up to 15-15. Then they'd drop down to 15-16. Then they got it to 16-16 right before that All-Star break. And now on the other side, won their first game, officially above 500. So very well done to this Grizzlies team, winning 127-112. So just easy. I mean, they won by 15, folks. I mean, we had the -4. Come on, that's great value. We knew it. Alrighty, then the Spurs and the Mavericks, and like we said, no Lamarcus Aldridge, so we would not have taken the Spurs +4 if we knew that. So we went one of one unofficially, folks. One and one unofficially. But the Mavericks get the win here, 115-104 over the Spurs. Mavericks were just able to kind of take advantage late down the stretch because Kristaps Porzingis against Jakob Poeltl, or when Jakob Poeltl's not on the floor, there's really no great big because no more Lamarcus Aldridge. So truly unfortunate here by the Spurs. We'll see what they do and kind of what they're able to get for Lamarcus Aldridge, but they are now in the market for a big. So we'll see. I mean, do we know of any bigs? We only know Andre Drummond is really kind of the best big out there on the market. That's really it. I don't really see Jared Allen leaving since the Cavs are already trading Andre Drummond, and I really don't think Montrezl Harrell's going to leave because the Lakers have Marc Gasol, and he's not working out too well just in total. So don't know if there's really that many bigs out there for people to be had, so we'll see what the Spurs do. But they are going to need a big to replace Lamarcus Aldridge. Jakob Poeltl, don't think he can get it done consistently. So the Mavericks win by 11 there, 115-104. Alrighty, let's go a little bit deeper into these stats now. Who is continuing to play very well? Who is kind of elevating their play after this All-Star break? Who is floundering after this All-Star break? Let's find out. Let's start here with the Grizzlies since they won the game. Ja Morant, 21 points, 10 assists, exactly what we want this man to do. He shot 50% from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, so not the greatest. But hey, 21 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds. I can get behind that stat line all day. Then we get Desmond Bane, 20 points, 4 rebounds, already shot 53% and 5 of 8 from 3. Fantastic. Then Jonas Valanciunas, absolutely, folks. I mean, a dominant game, and this is what we know. I mean, who's going to step it up for this Wizards? We know this Wizards doesn't have a great big. You think Moritz Wagner is a good big in this league, folks? He's not, unfortunately. So Jonas Valanciunas eats all day over this Wizards team. 29 points, 20 rebounds, 9 of those offensive, so absolutely magnificent. Shot 57% as well, so just eating. He was the leading scorer for the team, leading rebounders, obviously with 20. Nobody's going to rival that. So it just an unbeatable performance by Valanciunas. All right, then we get Kyle Anderson, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists on 45% shooting, 1 of 4 from 3. Could have been a little bit better. Dylan Brooks, 10 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds on 57% shooting. Once again, not terrible. I mean, when you got Valanciunas chewing up 29 points and 20 rebounds, it's hard to get other production elsewhere. But, I mean, 3 players all with 20-plus points in the starting lineup. Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, Valanciunas, I mean, you're going to get the job done. So just a great job by the starting lineup of the Grizzlies. And then they had a great contribution from DeAnthony Melton off the bench, 11 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds in only 18 minutes and 71% shooting. So absolutely fantastic. Also, let's shout out Justice Winslow as well because he had 9 points and 6 rebounds off the bench. So really, and let's shout out Brandon Clark as well, because he had 6 points and 10 rebounds off the bench. I mean, can we talk about just how great of a rebounding team this Grizzlies team is, or really kind of just how bad of a rebounding team this Wizards team is? They had how many rebounds total? They had 39 rebounds total for the Wizards, while the Grizzlies had 60. They had 60 rebounds, folks. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Two players had 30 rebounds by themselves. Two players almost out-rebounded the entire Wizards team by themselves. Holy moly. This Wizards team is not great at the big positions. Alrighty, let's talk about the Wizards now. Here we go. Russell Westbrook, 20 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds on 52% shooting, 0 of 3 from 3. So not terrible overall, and he only had 4 turnovers, so actually kind of a decent night by this man. Bradley Beal, little lackluster, only 21 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, and he shot poor. 27% in 1 of 8 from 3 on 22 shots from the field. So really a bad scoring performance for Bradley Beal. And we know he was an all-star. He was selected an all-star. So we might have to take this little nugget of information that Bradley Beal first game back was off scoring-wise. We might be able to, we might have to kind of use that thinking when we kind of pick the teams for our moneymaker in today's action. And this would only count for the first game back. So, I mean, this isn't something we're going to be talking about every single day. It's only kind of this day and this day alone. When you play your first game after the All-Star break, you may not be great shooting the ball. So, we'll have to kind of keep that in mind. Alrighty, then Moritz Wagner, the center here, 6 points, 4 rebounds. Absolutely garbage performance, 2 of 9 from the field. Oh my goodness. Rui Hachimura, 11 points, 6 rebounds. He shot 30%, once again not on. And then Garrison Matthews, 9 points, 2 rebounds, but he only took 3 shots and hit 2 of 3. So not bad by him. All right, the bench now. Davis Bertans, 13 points, 2 rebounds off the bench. He's only playing 20 minutes. That's a mistake. That is a mistake. He's got to be playing more minutes here. We know he's a huge reason why this Wizards team was having success before the All-Star break. So got to get this man a little bit more involved. And then Denis Avdija, 13 points and 6 rebounds off the bench. So just nobody was on tonight. Poor shooting performances around. Just truly poor performances, especially Bradley Beal. He's got to be scoring 30 if this team wants a chance to win the game. So, Grizzlies get the win, 127-112 over the Wizards. Alrighty, let's go to the Mavericks and the Spurs now. I mean, this was a close game up until really the fourth quarter, and then the Mavericks just kind of blew them out because there was no great big for this Spurs team, unfortunately. So here we go. Let's start with the Mavericks. Luka Doncic, 22 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists. I mean, picking up exactly where he left off right before the All-Star break. I mean, he didn't shoot well at all. 45% from the field, but 2 of 10 from 3. Holy moly, not great, but everything else, triple-double. I mean, we got to give it up to him. Josh Richardson, 12 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds on 44% shooting. Porzingis had actually a great night as well. 28 points, 14 rebounds, shot 64% as well. Maxi Kleber, 11 points, 7 rebounds, not bad by him. And then Dorian Finney-Smith, 7 points, 7 rebounds, but he only shot, 1 of 5 from the field. So not great there with the only 7 points, but I'll give him the 7 rebounds. Not bad there. Alrighty, off the bench, any good performances? Well, we had Tim Hardaway Jr., who put up 9 points, not efficiently on 27%, but still 9 points, not terrible off the bench. Willie Cauley-Stein, 10 points off the bench, and Jalen Brunson, 8 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds off the bench. So not bad there. Luka gets it done. Porzingis gets it done. The top 2 players get it done, and just the role players, everybody else putting up kind of close to 10-plus points, and they're able to get the win over the Spurs. All right, let's go to the Spurs now. DeMar DeRozan, let's start with him because he had a great game. 30 points, 11 assists, 4 steals, and only 1 turnover. Now, he didn't have any rebounds, but, I mean, everything else was fantastic. And he shot great as well, 63% from the field, 1 from 3. So he definitely did great, but unfortunately, nobody else really kind of got the memo for this team. DeJounte Murray, 11 points on 33% shooting. Derek White, 6 points on 12% shooting. Jacob Poeltl, 6 points, 5 rebounds at the 5. Come on, man. Lamarcus Aldridge, I think, is a little bit better than Jacob Poeltl, and Jacob Poeltl's young, I think. What is this man, 3 years in the league? 4 years in the league, so nothing really great. And he's 7-1. What is going on? How do you only have 6 rebounds in your 7-1? I know you're going against Porzingis, who I think is 7-2. I think he might be a little bit taller. 7-3, holy moly. So I get it, but still, geez, be a little bit more competitive, right? Jeez, man. Jacob Poeltl, please get it done, because he's kind of the only one holding them back. I mean, like we said, like the 5 here, the center position for the Spurs is kind of their weakness here. You got DeMar DeRozan at the 3, you got DeJounte Murray at the 1, Derek White at the 2, you got Patty Mills and Lonnie Walker and Rudy Gay all coming off the bench. I mean, you've got pieces everywhere besides Jacob Poeltl. So Lamarcus Aldridge, don't really love that he was getting traded away. I mean, he was only averaging 13 points and I think like about 6 rebounds, so not bad. He was scoring the ball 10 plus points. That's great for a big. 6 rebounds a little light, but yeah, don't really get the decision. But I'll take Greg Popovich knows better than me. I'll give him that. Alrighty, and then Kelden Johnson to round out the starters. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 50% shooting. Not terrible, but just not that other person to get you that 20 plus. You got the 30, you still need that kind of other 20 plus. So nobody else really stepped up in that front. Now we talk about the bench. I mean, Patty Mills, 14 points, 3 rebounds on 55% shooting. Great off the bench. Lonnie Walker, 12 points in only 17 minutes off the bench. Once again, pretty good. Rudy Gay, 13 points, 9 rebounds off the bench. Yes, sir, he didn't shoot well, 33%, 4 of 12 from the field, but he still got it done. He was still productive. 13 points, 9 rebounds. Yes, sir, 3 steals to go along with all that. So we'll see what happens here. How tall is Rudy Gay? Can he play the 5? I think he's like 6'8", yeah, right on the mark, 6'8". So, can he play the 5? It'd be tough. It'd be tough for him to play the 5. I mean, DeMarcus Cousins is like 6'8" too, or 5'8" or 6'8", 6'8". So, I don't know, man. Spurs got to do something here at the big position. But Spurs lose 104-115 over the Mavericks. Very well done, Mavericks. I mean, they went 8-2 in their last 10 right before the All-Star break, so I got to give it up to the Mavericks for this win here. Good win. Good quality, solid win here for the Mavericks. Alrighty, that was the NBA from last night, so let's see what's on tap today. Do we got any primetime, nationally televised games? We better, folks, or we'll riot. We'll riot if we don't get no good games. There's 11 games on today. First kind of official big old day back from the All-Star break from the league, so here we go. What's on tap today? Pistons, Hornets. Ooh, I think I'm going to love the Hornets tonight. I think I'm going to hammer them. And I would probably predict this is probably going to be like Hornets minus like 4. So that's some good value against this Pistons team. So we'll see what we get. And then, all right, here we go. First game on. Ooh, and it's going to be a good one. Celtics, Nets, 7:30 on TNT. Fantastic. So we're going to get a doubleheader. That means if we're starting at 7:30. Fantastic. Does Kevin Durant play? I don't think he's quite ready to go. I think I just saw that yesterday that he's still not ready to go. So a little unfortunate there. We'll see if Marcus Smart is finally ready to rock. So we got to check all that out. But this is going to be a great game. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown versus James Harden and Kyrie Irving. And you know what we say, folks. Come on. Doesn't matter who they're playing. We're swallowing the points with the Nets. That's all that needs to be said about it. All right? We're swallowing the points with the Nets. Fantastic. You can lock that in all day. Alrighty, then we get Hawks and Raptors, Magic and Heat, 76ers and the Bulls. Ooh, a tough matchup right off the rip for the Bulls there with the 76ers. Not great. Ooh, a tough matchup here too. Knicks, Bucks. Man, oh man, some tough matchups for some of these emerging teams. The Bulls, the Knicks really emerging the last week and a half, 2 weeks right before that All-Star break. So they got to be prepared right out of the gate, folks. They are currently in our power rankings, right? Let's double check this. Haven't checked it in a while. No, we knocked the Bulls and the Knicks out right before. All right, so they're going to have their kind of work cut out for them if they want to try to get back in. And can we give ourselves a round of applause? We put the Mavericks in at 10, and I'm firmly standing behind that decision, so absolutely fantastic. Alrighty. Let's see what else we get here. T-Wolves, Pelicans. Pelicans should have no problem there. Mavericks, Thunder. Ooh, Mavericks on a back-to-back. Ooh, maybe we went to... maybe we were a little too early on giving ourselves a round of applause about putting the Mavericks in at the 10th seed. Hopefully they can win their back-to-back against the Thunder tonight. Alrighty, and then the 10 o'clock game on TNT, the doubleheader, Warriors-Clippers. Alrighty, hopefully everybody's good to go for this Clippers team. Does Kawhi Leonard need more than 5 days off? Does he need more load management? Probably not, but I wouldn't put it past him. Oh my goodness, great games on today. Suns, Blazers, oof, once again, just Blazers. You got to go against the second best team in the West right off the rip. Yikes. And then Rockets and Kings to close out the night. So some good matchups here, some tough matchups here for some teams, some good matchups, some comparable matchups for the rest. But all right, folks, let's see what we get. A ton of games on. There is value to be had. There is value to be found. I mean, hopefully Vegas hasn't, gotten their head on straight, taking all their information from the first half of the season, seeing where they've been losing and kind of trying to manipulate the spreads maybe in their favor, taking away the great value that we've been finding all season long so far. So here we go, folks. We had 5 days to kind of recharge, refresh, learn from our first half mistakes. So here we go, folks. Full slate of games. We can kind of pick and choose which ones we like, which ones we don't like, what value is better than the rest. Ooh, here we go. Alrighty. First moneymaker back. First really official, real. I mean, we chose both games yesterday, but it was like we had no choice. We had to take both games. So here we go. Full choice. Ton of games on. Great matchups. Great value to be had. Here we go, folks. All right, let's start here with Pistons and the Hornets. And like we said, folks, I thought we'd only have to swallow 4 here for the Hornets, and we only have to swallow 4.5. So once again, folks, we basically predicted both the freaking spreads from last games. Absolutely fantastic. We're back here with the Pistons and Hornets. We know value. We know what Vegas is thinking. So here we go, the ins and out. Pistons. I mean, just classic outs. Dellen writes a game-time decision. Jahlil Okafor is still out, unfortunately. Now for the Hornets, it's just Devontae Graham, game-time decision. So everybody's ready to rock. I mean, this Pistons team doesn't have a great big, so Cody Zeller should have great success here. LaMelo Ball, I mean, this team really had no all-stars. Same thing with the Pistons, so everybody should be well-rested for this team, but LaMelo Ball ready to kind of make his kind of closing argument for Rookie of the Year, even though it's kind of pretty much wrapped up here. Gordon Hayward's ready to rock. Cody Zeller should have a good game. I'm blanking. Terry Rozier, scary hours are still in session, folks. So we got to just swallow the 4.5 here. This is great value over this very, very, very lackluster Pistons team. Don't buy this Pistons team at all. Hornets, love them. They should rise to the occasion here. They had good success before the All-Star break. I think they keep it up, very well rested. So Hornets -4. Lock it in, folks. Great value right off the rip. Oh my goodness. All right, folks. I cannot believe this next value. I cannot believe it, folks. Vegas does not learn. They never learn, folks. They never learn. Celtics, Nets. Guess the value. Can y'all guess what this value is? I would say it's got to at least be Nets -6, but it's so much better than that. Celtics +2.5, Nets -2.5. There's got to be somebody out for this Nets team, right? Somebody's got to be out. Oh, and look what we get for the Celtics, baby. Marcus Smart is ready to rock, baby. The only person out for the Celtics is Romeo Langford. So that's fine. He's got COVID, unfortunately. So not fine that, but fine that he's out. He doesn't make too much of an impact. I don't think I've called this man's name the entire season so far. Alrighty, then the Nets. Blake Griffin's out, Kevin Durant's out, Jeff Green, game-time decision, Timothy Luawe Cabaret, game-time decision. Y'all know who I didn't say in those outs and game-time decisions? Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. So yes, we swallow the 2.5 here. Both these teams had solid players in the All-Star break. So James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. So I mean, they're both going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage right off the rip. But other than that, we're taking the Nets. Come on. Marcus Smart's first game back. He's probably not going to be 100%. He may not even start. He may come off the bench. So he's not going to have that great production there. We only have to swallow 2.5 here for the Nets. Kyrie Irving, James Harden, they get it done. James Harden usually gets it done by himself, and Kyrie Irving is just there. And then we get Joe Harris as the failsafe. And then we get Bruce Brown as the failsafe. And then we get DeAndre Jordan as the failsafe. So we're fine, folks. We're fine with swallowing the 2.5 at home. Folks! Oh, hammer this. Bet your entire future. Bet your whatever money you have right now. You bet them Nets -2. Your cash, your credit cards, your house, your car. You take everything you own to the pawn shop right now. You bet every single penny you have saved up for your entire life, and you bet it on Nets -2. I don't know what else to tell you, folks. If you don't make money now, it's on you. But we're telling you, it's right here. Nets -2. This is disrespect to the Nets organization. This is disrespect to the Nets players. They will swallow this 2.5. They will win by probably 10. I don't think this game will be that close. I mean, this Celtics team, they're good, but they're kind of second tier good, where this Nets team is first tier good. They're with the 76ers. They're with the Suns. They're with the Lakers when they're all healthy. They're with the Jazz. They're not this second tier team. I mean, the Celtics are kind of second tier in their own conference, and they're in the East. That's the easiest conference to be in, folks. I mean, your one true opponent is the Nets. I mean, that's all you have to look out for. You can easily beat any other team in this East. You can beat the Bucks easy. They're not that hard of a team to beat. So, yes, with all that being said, Nets -2.5, absurd value. It's absurd value, folks. Take it, swallow it, eat it, munch it, crunch it, love it, profit, get rich off of it. Oh, my goodness. Bet everything you have on the Nets -2.5, and then take whatever you get on that. I mean, whatever you win on this game, you just go and invest into GameStop, because that's going right back up, folks. So get back on that train. Nets -2.5. Oh, my goodness. We're getting great value right off the rip here, folks. First 2 games up, we got great value. Woo! Alrighty. I don't know if we're going to get better value than Nets -2.5, but let's see if we can try to find some more here. Let's continue on. Alrighty. Hawks, Raptors. Hawks -3. Raptors +3. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see what we get here for the ins and outs. Chris Dunn out for the Hawks. Cam Reddish still out for the Hawks. Damn, Cam. He was like game time decision. They're like last 3 games before the All-Star break, and now he's still out here. Unfortunate. Oh, wow. For the Raptors, Fred VanVleet out. Patrick McCaw out. Siakam out, because they all got COVID-19. Truly, truly unfortunate here. So this Raptors team, nobody good to go for them. Yes, they still have Kyle Lowry, and that's... Kyle Lowry, and that's pretty much it. Everybody's out with COVID. So Hawks -3 is not bad here. It should be easy value all day, right, folks? Right? I think we have to take this. I mean, no Fred VanVleet, Siakam, or OG Anunoby. I mean, now they've got no big. I mean, we saw Siakam play in the 5 a little bit. Fred VanVleet's out. I mean, they really only have Kyle Lowry out there. So, I mean, we got to take the Hawks here. Clint Capella should have no trouble here at all. He should be able to eat all day. So Hawks -3. I think we just have to live and die by this result. It's unfortunate, but if the Hawks don't cover the 3, I mean, it's not our fault. I mean, this should happen all day. The Raptors are missing everybody that's good on their team. Alrighty, let's keep moving on here. Knicks, Bucks. Knicks +10.5. And ooh, man, alrighty. That's a tempting spread, I will say. I think we may stay away from it just because we've got other great value here, but let's check the ins and out. Derrick Rose is out. Oof, kind of want to. I mean, we just saw him. He's the 3rd best player on this Knicks team already, and he's only been there for like 10 games. Austin Rivers out. Taj Gibson's the game time decision, so the starters should be good. Maybe not, because I keep kind of slipping up that Derrick Rose is now in the starting rotation. So maybe the starters won't be good, but then we have to rely on the bench even more. And I'm not sure if we're ready to do that right off the rip, especially against this good Bucks team, and this Knicks team doesn't really have the bigs to kind of match up with them. Julius Randle's decently big, but Nerlens Noel is good, and I like him, but he's not kind of first tier big or second tier big. He's kind of like 3rd tier big out there. So yeah, I don't think we can take this, and everybody's good to go for the Bucks. So unfortunately, we are going to have to stay away from this one. I am rooting for the Knicks here, and I do kind of like the Knicks +10.5, but we got great value here elsewhere. I mean, these first 3 games, we got Hornets -4.5, Nets -2.5, Hawks -3 is always great value. So we're going to have to stay away from this Knicks Bucks. Not going to take the 10 here with the Knicks. Alrighty, then we get the 76ers and the Bulls, and wow, this is interesting. So there must be somebody out here. 76ers +3.5, Bulls -3.5. That doesn't make any sense. So let's see who's out for the 76ers. Joel Embiid is out. Oh my God, and Ben Simmons is out. So, oh my goodness, we stay away from them. Forgot they had COVID. That's why they missed the All-Star break. So definitely have to stay away from this game. And then for the Bulls, everybody's a game time decision. Otto Porter Jr., game time decision. Luke Cornett, game time decision. Chandler Hutchinson, game time decision. And Laurie McCarron. Mark Cannon is a game time decision. I always feel like I pronounced that man's name wrong. All right, so we got to definitely stay away from this one. Way too many great outs for the 76ers. Now we have to have Danny Green and freaking Seth Curry to step up, but we know that's not going to happen. Tobias Harris, he's got his work cut out for him. First game back here. Oof. Alrighty, here we go. Timberwolves, Pelicans. Timberwolves +8, Pelicans -8. Alrighty. Pelicans, I'm not ready to swallow any points with them, honestly. So we're probably going to stay away from this one, but let's see what is up with these ins and outs. So D'Angelo Russell is still out, unfortunately. Would love to see this man back to kind of see what they can do with him and Karl Anthony Towns here. So he's out. Jordan McLaughlin is out, Malik Beasley's out, and Jared Culver's a game-time decision. Where the Pelicans, J.J. Redick is out, and that's it. But, yeah, just ready. I mean, this Pelicans team should have no problem here, but they've really just been iffy. Nothing really solid what they've shown us there in the first half of the season. So, got to see what they're doing here after this break and kind of seeing how they fix some of their problems and if they got better and all of that. So, going to have to stay away from this one. Let's learn from this Pelicans first game. Let's see if they get back on track right off the rip or if they're still floundering here after that All-Star break. So we're going to have to stay away from this one. Alrighty then, Heat in the Magic. Magic +8, Heat -8. Let's see who's good to go here. Magic, James Ennis is out. Evan Fournier is out. Ooh, Aaron Gordon, game time decision. Can he be back? Wow. I did not expect this man to be back, honestly. Like, when I saw him go, be out initially for the Magic, I was just like, oh, he's out for the season. But, yeah, he's a game-time decision, so this is interesting. Alrighty. Aaron Gordon, can he get back on track here? Can Vucevic still work with Aaron Gordon? We'll see what happens. All right, then for the Heat, Avery Bradley out. Myers Leonard, he's already out for the season, but we all know what's going on with him. Yikes. And then Bam Adebayo also still out for this Heat team. So definitely going to stay away from this one. Jimmy Butler and Goran Dragic are still all good to go, so that's definitely a silver lining for them. But, Aaron Gordon possibly back, that's something I want to stay away from, especially with Bam Adebayo. So now they got no big. Now Kelly Olynyk has to slide into that starting 5 spot, and you know how we feel about Kelly Olynyk. We don't like him starting at all. So he's a solid big. I'll give him that. He's solid off the bench, but I don't want him in the starting lineup. So got to stay away from this one. Magic Heat, no great value there. Alrighty, then we get the Mavericks and the Thunder. Let's see what we can get here. Mavericks -5.5, Thunder +5.5. So the spread kind of checks out. Everybody should be good to go. Still, everybody's good to go for the Mavericks. We just saw them last night. Everybody good to go. Everybody doing decent. And then for the Thunder, Hamidou Diallo is out. George Hill is still out. Trevor Ariza is still out. I mean, could you imagine if Trevor Ariza and George Hill were active for this Thunder team? I mean, they could be pretty solid. What's their record? Because if they come back, doesn't say they're out for the season, so they can still return. Cavs are, the Thunder. We're looking at the Thunder. The Thunder are currently the 12th seed and currently 4 games out from the 8th seed. So they do have their work cut out for them, but they have some potential players here if everybody's healthy. So gotta stay away from this one, unfortunately, just because the Mavericks are on a back-to-back. Thunder, I mean, they've shown that they can kind of beat the above-average teams decently, consistently. If once Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has great games, I mean, they can beat anybody, honestly. Well, not anybody, but the above-average teams, not the top-tier teams, the second-tier teams, and this Mavericks team is still the second-tier teams. So, gonna stay away from this one as well, because we have great other value elsewhere. We don't need to start to push it here. We got 3 solid teams here. I mean, this is great. Let's try to make it 4, but if we can't, and we're not gonna force anything. So, gonna stay away from Mavericks and Thunder, but we still got 3 games up left, folks, so maybe we can find other value elsewhere. So, here we go. Warriors, Clippers. Warriors +7, Clippers -7. Alrighty, Clippers -7. not terrible here. Let's see. Klay Thompson's obviously out, and Marquise Chris is out. So everybody's still out for this Warriors team that's out for the season. So everybody's good to go. Let's phrase it like that. Everybody's good to go for this Warriors team. Kevon Looney, James Wiseman, Oubre Jr., Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins. Everybody's good to go. All right, for the Clippers, everybody's good to go as well. So, gonna stay away from this one. I think I do like the Warriors +7 because I do like when they're fully healthy. I think they've got a solid roster in this Clippers team. I mean, folks, they've shown us nothing great. That first half, they've shown us nothing great or nothing consistent. So, do we take... Oh, man, the Warriors +7 is kind of calling me, folks. It's kind of calling me. They both had, solid players in the All-Star game. You had Seth Curry in the three-point in the All-Star game. You had Kawhi Leonard, Paul George in the All-Star game. So they're both kind of decently at a disadvantage at that point. Warriors +7. Man, oh, man. That's solid thing. Do we lock it in? We'll come back to this one. Let's see if there's other great value on these last two games before you lock anything in for a 4-teamer here. So here we go. Suns and Blazers. Suns -4.5. Blazers +4.5. That's kind of calling me too. That's kind of calling me. Cameron Johnson is out, and Devin Booker's a game time decision. So that's interesting. For the Blazers, McCollum and Nurkic are still out. Zach Collins is still out as well. So the usual suspects are still out for the Blazers. Cameron Johnson out for the Suns, while Devin Booker's a game-time decision. That game-time decision is very interesting. I wouldn't expect him to not play, but hey, if he's a game-time decision right now, let's stay away from it. And then the last game of the night, the Rockets and the Kings. Rockets +4.5, Kings -4.5, and we will never take anything with the Rockets until Christian Wood is back. Can he finally be back? Finally, please. We're begging. All right, here we go. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Here we go. Eric Gordon, game time decision. Daniel House out. Christian Wood still out. David Waba out. Dante Exum out. And Rodions Crucius. Oh, I've never even seen this man's name before, so he's still out. So he must have been out the entire season. But Eric Gordon, game time decision. Christian Wood still being out. Daniel House Jr. still being out. Not great there. But, John Wall, Victor Oladipo are playing, but that doesn't really mean anything to us. Alrighty, and then for the Kings, it's just Hassan Whiteside is out for COVID. Unfortunate there. So Kings -4.5 is honestly not bad either. This Rockets team, don't really see them doing anything. They had, two players in the All-Star game. Were they in the All-Star? No, they weren't in the All-Star game. Never mind. I'm bugging. So going to stay away from this game, I think. Would expect the Kings to cover the 4.5, no problem here. But the Kings don't know if they're going to be back on track. We saw them really flounder. They've been floundering really the last half of the first half of the season, unfortunately. 2-8 in their last 10. So gotta see them start to prove themselves before we start swallowing points with them, regardless of who they go up against. So we're staying away from Rockets Kings. We're staying away from Suns Blazers because of that Devin Booker game time decision. So let's come back to Warriors and Clippers. Let's push it here, folks. Let's get off to a huge, strong start. Let's force a 4-teamer here with the Warriors +7. Everybody's ready to rock for this Warriors team. They had time to prepare through this All-Star break. So let's see what they can do here and challenge the Clippers right off the rip. Let's see what they do. Alrighty, so that's our moneymaker here. Hornets -4.5, Nets -2.5, Hawks -3, Warriors +7. Let's make some money here tonight, folks. Here we go. Love it. Alrighty, so, oof, man, it felt good to do a moneymaker. Oof, feeling good right now. Damn, I'm feeling good. All right, about to pick everything. What else can we pick? NHL's on tonight? Damn, I might start taking this. What else we get here? Oh, my God, NHL is packed tonight, too. Bonus NHL pick, just since we're feeling freaking great here. What do we get? I'll do one NHL pick here. I'm feeling really good. The Penguins good this year? Let's take, what else we get here? Any great value? We're taking, The Capitals plus 1.5. What are we, nuts not to take that? Yes, sir. Capitals plus 1.5. You heard it here first, folks. We're about to start doing NHL picks just because we're so freaking pumped right now. Capitals plus 1.5 here tonight. Baseball's on today. 3:05. Take the Athletics, folks. Take that. That's looking good. That's looking good too. Alrighty, let's move on here. Let's not get wild. Let's not get too wild here. Alrighty, all right. Let's move on to our NFL draft prospect of the day. We are on day 25 of our 73 NFL draft countdown, leading up to our live draft show. Live, whenever the draft happens, whatever that date is, whenever it starts, we will be live at twitch.tv/takesbyfans. So come out and join us. Let us know if your team made the right pick. Alrighty, so we got well, let's just tell you. Here we go. Today's NFL draft prospect is Zaven Collins, linebacker from Tulsa. Alrighty, so we'll break down the stats, watch some film on this man, see how this man is looking. So here we go. Now, he is from Tulsa. We got to get this. What are we doing here? I'm not reviewing McAfee. Come on. Stop bringing that up. So here we go. Zaven Collins. He is from Tulsa, so obviously not a great school. I don't even know. What's their, are they MAC? Is Tulsa MAC? What is this? The American. All right, they're in the American Athletic Conference with, who's there? They got like Memphis, UCF, Houston. So obviously not a great conference. We know this. So he's definitely going to have to kind of show us something really, really great in these highlights and these stats because you're facing against kind of very lackluster teams, especially this season where everything was really just interconference because of COVID. You definitely got to step it up this season. So he's got his work cut out from him. But he's folks, as a linebacker, he's 6'4", or he's 6'4", 260. I mean, this is a mammoth man. So hopefully he's still fast because I need my linebackers to be fast. And at 6'4", 260, he better be able to get on his horse and start to move it a little bit. So really, he is going to have his work cut out for him here. We got to see some great play here against bad opponents, and we got to see some great movement and kind of a bigger, beefier linebacker. I honestly don't even know who's kind of comparable to this kind of size. I would say maybe Brian Urlacher. Is that right? Let's look up him. Because honestly, I don't know with freaking 6'4", 260 linebacker, folks. Brian Urlacher was 6'4", 258. So that's his comp, Brian Urlacher. So we're going to have to see some really great things by this man. Brian Urlacher could move. Brian Urlacher could hit. So Zaven Collins got his kind of workout cut out for him here. So everything's kind of stacked against this man, honestly. Bad conference, big old frame, big old size. So he's got his work cut out for him in these stats and highlights, folks. So here we go. 3 years at Tulsa, freshman year 2018, played 12 games, had 85 tackles, a sack and a half, and an interception, and 3 pass defenses, and 1 fumble recovery, and 1 forced fumble. Alrighty, so making an impact, getting those turnovers, those picks, those fumbles year 1, I'm all about it. Let's see if he can improve year 2. Then in 2019, sophomore season, played 12 games again. 97 tackles, 2 sacks, no interceptions, 3 pass defenses, 1 fumble recovery, no forced fumbles. So still little turnover there. Sacks went up a little bit. Tackles went up a little bit, so that's not bad. The interceptions came down a little bit, and that's a little bit to be expected. I mean, linebackers and interceptions, you don't expect a whole lot. But these pass defenses kind of interesting, so he can play the zone a little bit. I'm all about that. All right. Okay, now let's go to 2020. What did he do this season? Only played 8 games, so because of COVID, so we'll look to kind of see if he opted out or if he got to that bowl game or what, but we'll check that in a second. But only 8 games this season, 54 tackles, 4 sacks, so the most sack he's had in less games. 4 interceptions, oh my goodness, so more interceptions in less games. What else do we get? 2 touchdowns? Oh, we talking pick sixes here? Okay. 2 pass defenses, 1 fumble recovery, 2 forced fumbles. Okay. Magnificent year. Folks, we're only talking about 8 games, and he had 4 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery. We're talking about, turnovers here, folks. We're talking about causing turnovers. In only 8 games, he basically had like a turnover every game. 4 interceptions, a fumble recovery, 2 forced fumbles. I mean, all that's, what is that, like 7? So, I mean, basically, he's averaging a turnover or, he's averaging a turnover every game. That's fantastic. Okay. Alrighty, these stats, these are some green flag stats here. I'm liking it. All right, so the Tulsa did get to a bowl game in 2020. Let's see if he played that game, if Tulsa only played 8 games or whatnot. So let's break down this a little bit more. Tulsa played 9 games. Ugh, did he not participate in that bowl game? I'll be a little disappointed, honestly. So here we go. Let's see what game he didn't participate in. They played 9. He played 8. So the bowl game. Oh, it looks like he did not play the bowl game. Ugh. His last game was against Cincinnati. Let's go to Tulsa. Let's see what their bowl game was, because I don't think it was Cincinnati. It wasn't a neutral field. He didn't play in the bowl game, but they lost. So that's actually kind of a silver lining. Your best defensive player, I'm assuming, did not play in this game, and you lose. Let's see how many points they gave up. 28 points. They gave up 7 in the 4th. All right, so Mississippi State goes up 2 possessions with 8 minutes left. All right, so they kind of lost by 2 possessions there, unfortunately. All righty. All right, little disappointed he didn't play in their bowl game. He didn't even play in a bowl game. Didn't get to a bowl game in 2018 or 2019. Got to a bowl game here, decided to opt out. Truly a little unfortunate there. Would have loved to see what he did in the bowl game. We take bowl games heavy here, folks. If this is your first time listening to our college NFL draft prospect breakdown, we value bowl games highly because usually you're facing against not great defenses the regular season, and then you face kind of a decent comp in that bowl game. You have a month to prepare for that bowl game, so everything should be on. So we do like to see what you do in the bowl game. Little disappointed we didn't get even one bowl game performance by this man. But other than that, I'm loving the stats. I've got no problem with the stats. So, all right, now let's go to the film. I'm excited, folks. I'm excited. I want to see how this man moves at his size. I want to see how this man hits at his size. I mean, we saw the turnovers. We saw all of that. Want to see this man in coverage as well. Can he kind of on slant routes? Can he run with them? Can he stay with them? If he's on man coverage, can he stay with the man? So let's see what he's got here. And here we go. The highlight package that we chose, the title of it is Most Freakish Athletic Linebacker in College Football. So we'll see what we get. All right, I'm kind of excited to watch this, man. Here we go. Zaven Collins, a linebacker from Tulsa. Brian Urlacher comp, folks. So let's see if he's doing Brian Urlacher things out here. Here we go. Oh, let's get the number just in case we got to follow this man around. 23. Alrighty. Here we go. Linebacker, 23. Let's see what we get. Oh, they... Right off the rip. Oh, my goodness. Right off the rip, they highlight him. And what does he do? He just shoots the gap, recognizes its run, gets the gap, and I think that's a safety, folks. That's a safety. Just shoots the gap from the 5-yard line. He made the running back. Look at him hit the hole. He hits the hole, and the running back sees it, and he kind of jukes back to try to avoid it. And he still gets the tackle. He still gets the safety. So this lateral quickness that these running backs are trying to show here, no, because he's diving, he's getting you, he's wrapping you up, he's bringing you down. That's how you start a highlight package. Safety off the rip. Yes, sir. Shot that gap. Oh, my God. He just went in unblocked, folks. He went in literally unblocked. Running back tried to shake him out a little bit by just kind of doing a little bit of a hop step, a little bit more towards the outside, and he ends up going back a little bit more, and that's a safety. That's cash. Oh, my gosh. That's fantastic. And look at this man. Oh, he wears that 260 well, folks. Holy moly. Oh, man. This man's going to be dangerous already. Here he is highlighted again. Just kind of playing zone a little bit, dropping back. Sees the quarterback is running with it, goes to attack, and the quarterback only gets maybe a half a yard on that one. I mean, this is great, folks. This is great. Watch him drop back in coverage here. Here he is, just playing it good, playing it very well. Comes up to make the tackle. All righty. Yes, sir. Okay. Fantastic. We don't really have to watch this again. You don't really have to put this one in slow-mo, but they're going to play the same highlight. I mean, he just plays it fantastically. I mean, that's a Beautiful play right there. Technique, everything like that. Alrighty, a little bit of a delayed blitz, but he actually just drops back in coverage. So this is fantastic. Knows he's not going to get there. Drops back in coverage. Quarterback never sees him, and that's just an easy interception for this man. And he's running. He's beating everybody to the edge, folks. He literally beats everybody to the edge here. And I know we're talking offensive linemen, but still, folks, look at this man run. I'm kind of impressed. Watch this man again. Just, hey, I'm not going to get there. And I freaking love this by this man. I hate linebackers that delay their blitz and then go and rush up. You're taking yourself right out of the play. So I love this. Knows it's not going to be a run. Drops back a little bit. Just gets into that passing lane. I love the, oh my goodness. I love everything about this play right here. Fantastic. And then this, just the speed to take it for about 40 yards. Nobody can catch him. I mean, that's some good speed there, folks. All right, here we go. Next play up. Drops back in coverage and comes up and makes the hit, folks. Comes off of this man, it looks like. So here we go. He's got this man, number 15, and then he just comes up and makes the play. I mean, that's fantastic. Great stick, great hit there. All right, back to passing, and once again, just in the perfect spot of the zone. Oh, he slid this time. He wasn't, he's not totally fine about his return abilities. I mean, just kind of, a little bit deep. I mean, just dropping back deep a little bit here. Quarterback doesn't see him. I mean, he throws a duck. I honestly don't even know who he was trying to throw to. If he was trying to throw to this receiver right here, it was going to be low anyway. I don't know if it would have gotten there. But, I mean, that's just an easy pick all day. And then he slides down. Little disappointed. I wanted to see this man kind of run against some of these wide receivers, these skill players on offense to really kind of get a true sense of his speed. Because we saw him outrun offensive linemen, but that's kind of easy to do. That's not that hard to do. So here we go. We can watch it one more time. Just drops back into coverage. Reads the eyes of the quarterback fantastically. That's a pick. That's nice. All right. I want to see a big hit by this man. You can't be 6'4", 260 and not just lay the smack down. You know what I mean? All righty. Here we go. Another kind of potential safety. Oh, my God. They try to set up a little bit of a screen here. And he just reads it fantastically. They can't even get to him to kind of start to block him. And he comes up and makes a big old hit for wow, that was a little bit of a generous spot here. That's a generous spot by the line judge there. But that's got to be like a 2-yard loss, 3-yard loss. And he just comes up and makes the big old hit. He doesn't break down and, let the running back kind of juke around him. He goes and attacks when he has a clear lane to the hit, to the tackle. He goes out and takes it. And he secures it. We saw him secure it every single time in the safety for the in the end zone for the safety right there on the screen. He goes and makes the tackle. Let's keep up these highlights now. Here we go. Oh my God, another interception here. This time, let's see if we get another replay of this one. I want a replay of this one from the back angle. Here we go. Quarterback just doesn't see him. He just slides over. Just once again, he plays the zone well. He is kind of disciplined in his technique of the zone. I've got this kind of left zone over here, and he just slides along with it, feels the wide receiver kind of shifting back in, reading the quarterback's eyes, and just kind of makes a huge play on the ball. All right, here he is right here, possibly rushing. Yes, sir. That's what we're talking about now. Wanted to see this man blitz, wanted to see this man rush, coming off the edge right here. Can't be stopped. And he just gets there quick. Let's just count the time on this one. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3, 2.5, 3 seconds, and he's already there at the quarterback, dragging him down. Can't escape him. Quarterback can't kind of, get his acceleration isn't that quick. So Zaven Collins has no problem bringing this down and kind of chasing him down from behind a little bit. And that's just an easy sack, baby. Yes, sir. Watch this man one more time. That tackle couldn't get enough kind of jab on him to disrupt him. And that's just an easy bring down. All right, back to here. Yes, sir. Running to his side. Cannot get blocked. Sheds the blocker. Brings him down right at the line of scrimmage. That is a 0-yard gain. Playing the run fantastically, playing the playing the pass. This man is kind of an elite linebacker, honestly. This is fantastic. Everything is great about this man so far. I think that may have been the same play right there. All right, here we go against UCF now. Crashing down, bringing the running back down from behind. Let's see if we can kind of spot him right here. See if we can see where he's coming in from. I mean, he actually takes a bad angle right here. He gets sucked inside. The running is bounced outside. He's luckily enough able to recover a little bit, but that's sheer speed and just the size. I mean, he's 6'4", that wingspan. He can go out and kind of dive and at the legs of these running backs to kind of. So if he does take a bad angle like this one, he's got the size and just the length to go and kind of make up for it. So. Very well done there. Gets sucked down inside, recovers very nicely, brings them down behind the line of scrimmage for a 1 yard loss. Fantastic. Alrighty, once again just rushes in, running back, trying to kind of do a little juke around him, and once again, the length of this man, he can dive and bring you down, trip you up. I mean, if he doesn't get tripped up here, or if he doesn't go down off the trip up, this other guy's going to bring him down because he kind of delayed the running back a little bit. So, I mean, he's got it, folks. He's got it. He's got it. All right, this time, running back. Oh, yes, sir. Once again, the length coming into account here. Here he goes. He's just kind of doing this. He's kind of blitzing off the right edge a little bit. Quarterback kind of scrambles up inside the pocket. He recovers nicely, and he goes and makes a lunging dive at the quarterback, and he knocks the ball out. One-handed palming the ball was the quarterback, and he comes over and slaps the ball out. If you're going to be careless around me, I'm going to make you pay for it. And that's exactly what he did right here. Fantastic work. This size of this man, holy moly. He uses his length to his advantage. He can kind of play and be a little bit more kind of daring and risking. Hey, I can kind of just full fire in up the middle, and if they try to cut out to the left or right, I can kind of make up very well and try to get a hand on him as I'm diving because of my size. So he uses his size to a clear advantage, and it's working. It's working, folks. Uses his size, his length. Let's do length to his advantage. I love it. I mean, hey, take your tangibles. Hey, if I can, kind of get away with just shooting, the A gap while he could also go through the B gaps, if I can just shoot that one gap, take that gap right out of the equation and still play both of the other gaps around me because of my length, I'm going to take that all day. I know it's not fundamentally sound and technically sound and all of that. I get it. But when you have great tangibles, and when you believe in your own abilities, I'm all about letting you do what you feel comfortable with. So I've got no problem with this man already, folks. Truly fantastic. Watch it again right here. Just plays the quarterback, doesn't get sucked in too much. I mean, he was kind of triple teamed. They kind of triple teamed him off this rush right here. You've got the double team right here, and then this guy's got nobody else to kind of block. Oh, yeah, just kind of a double team. Solid double team across the board. Triple team doesn't really come, but, yeah, that double team still can't get him down with the double team. Alrighty, let's go to his next play now. Oh, he's playing man right now. Yes, sir. Watch this man at the top of the route right here. Here we go. Gets a nice jab on him. Decent recover speed right in his hip pocket. I mean, that's tight coverage on the man, and that looks to be a wide receiver. So, hey, he's got some decent speed as well. And does he come up with this pick as well? No way. We've got to have another clean replay of this one. So it gets kind of tipped, batted around. Okay, so that wasn't him on coverage. I don't know why they showed that. Why'd they show a close-up of the coverage? That's not him. That's not him. All right, so he's dropping back into coverage, and the ball gets tipped up, and there he is. He's there with the pick. Now he's trying to return it. Gets brought down, but decent return there. Fantastic. I mean, he's so disciplined in the zone. He can track the ball fantastically. This man's looking great, folks. 6'4", 260, great beef all around. Wow, that was great. That was great. I mean, great coverage here to be right on top, but look at this big ol' hit to jar the ball loose. This isn't Zaven Collins, but that's still a big ol' hit there. Alrighty, continue on to a new play now. Quarterback throwing, and there he is. Yes, sir. Quarterback kind of, trying to run, maybe try to pull the defender off the receiver a little bit, using his dual threat to try and, play the defender. And, he throws it at the last second, but this man is playing it fantastically well that he's able to get his hands on the ball and tip it away, so the completion is incomplete. All right, here we go in the red zone now, and once again, just throwing it right to him. He's right here, just reading the eyes of the quarterback. He's just kind of help over here. He's got man right there. He's just kind of playing a zone over here. He does get it a little shallow. The quarterback was hit as he was throwing, because otherwise, the ball is probably over the first line of defense here. He does kind of get sucked in a little bit. But hey, either way, he's there to make the pick on the red zone. This is an overtime to really seal the game. No way he's going to have a pick six to seal this game. No way, and he does. Nobody can catch him. Pick six to seal the game. Talk about clutch. Yes, sir. Woo! This man is in. Oh, my goodness. He's got to be the first linebacker taken, folks. He's got to be. Of everything we've seen so far, of all the other linebackers we've seen so far, this one's getting it done. The speed, the size, the technique, the length, everything about this man. Woof, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Alrighty, and that was it, folks. That is Zaven Collins, linebacker from Tulsa. If you need a linebacker, you have to go and get him. And hey, the Dolphins just got rid of Kyle Van Noy. Did we do that because we're liking Zaven Collins? Maybe. I'll take him. Take this man third overall. I don't care. Take this man third overall. Get this man good. Oof. He might be able to challenge Trevor Lawrence for that number 1 overall pick. I mean, if the Jags weren't so dead set on taking that man, this Zaven Collins, man, he impressed me so much right there. Fantastic. Stats, highlights, everything. Woof. Alrighty. This man's going to be a stud, folks. You heard it here, folks. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. I'll say it right now. He's a Hall of Famer. Alrighty, let's go back here to let's see if there's any breaking news as we were live. Close out the show here. Any last remarks? Any last thoughts? The Lakers reportedly have interest in JaVale McGee. I do not get it. I do not get it. You just got rid of him. He didn't do that much. He couldn't really stay. He's aging out of this league, folks. He cannot contribute solid minutes off this bench anymore. It's a little unfortunate. Just really don't see what the Lakers are doing there. I do not agree with that pickup. That re-pickup, basically. Alrighty. Anything else here? Anything else? The Lakers are in the market for another big man. Quote, sources say they're in the market for another big man in large part because Marcus Aldridge's experience hasn't gone as well as hoped. So, I mean, you got Montrezl Harrell. Elevate that man to the starting lineup. What is taking y'all so long? Alrighty. Looks to be nothing breaking. Oh, nothing broke. So that's good, I guess. Alrighty. Alrighty, that's going to do it for us today, folks. We're back tomorrow cashing in our moneymaker. I know we're hitting all 4 of those teams. You better believe it. Alrighty, so we'll be back tomorrow live, noon Eastern, doing another draft prospect, breaking down what happened in the NBA, doing another moneymaker, going back-to-back in our moneymakers. So, yeah. Alrighty. We are out of here. We'll be back tomorrow, like we say, live, noon Eastern. Alrighty, we'll see you.